How are you? Good to see you. It's Friday night. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're still setting up here as usual in the beginning, talking a little Toyota Tundra, see what you guys are thinking, see where you guys are at on everything. That's set up. Now I got to go down here and set this up. So we've had a decent week. We've had a good live stream from the lot on Sunday, and then we had a great walk video on Monday, which was from Turnersville, which we will go over momentarily. Just waiting for everybody to sign on, see who's around. I didn't even announce this live stream. I just know you guys like the Friday night stuff, so I went with it. And now I'm trying to get to the point where I could see any comments that may be coming in. Hello, first person signing on. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Very tired tonight. Very tired. So I don't know how long we'll be on here, but have a good time while we have it, right? Tom, what's going on, buddy? What is it exactly? 8:01 Eastern time. Again, not one of those ones that I warned you guys about, and I'm sorry for that. Didn't know if I was going to be able to do Friday this week. And about 15 minutes ago, I realized, yes, I will be able to do Friday. So here we are. Hello, everyone signing on. Good to see you. Welcome to Tundra 234 YouTube channel. If you're brand new, hit that subscribe button. Say hello, stick around, ask Tundra questions. But this past week, we went to Turnersville Toyota, which had a pretty good selection. Red Rooster, how's it going? And I fell in love with a 1794 TRD off-road regular I-Force. It was black, midnight black, which I feel like, hi, John, how you doing? Which I feel like is the best color to get on 1794 because it kind of offsets all of the chrome. Not a big chrome guy. And of course, chrome on the 1794 is a must on the handles, mirror caps, the grill surround, the rear bumper. So midnight black kind of really does offset that very nice. Eric, what's up? And then you get the TRD grill, which isn't a gigantic chrome grill. It's like a gray and the black TRD wheels. For some reason, I've seen a lot of 1794 TRDs in black. This one just did it for me. It didn't have side steps or anything crazy going on. It was very basic. It was about 70,000, maybe 71,000. And of course, that's still an insane price for what we've been talking about lately, these prices. But the reason I really focused on that is I feel like a lot of these dealers out there are very close to the point where they're going to start giving great deals on these Tundras. I actually just had someone the other day say they got $9,000 off MSRP. It really depends on where you go and how desperate they are to sell. But that has me with a little bit of hope that maybe one day I could venture out of SR5 land again and get into something a little more awesome. The reason I made that video about the 1794, or the reason I focused on that 1794 so much, was I get probably more than anything when it comes to how do I set up my Tundra. I get all the time folks trying to set up a limited and find a limited that has all of the stuff they may want on it at a lot. Because you guys know Toyota doesn't do the customer ordering. So you got to kind of go off of allocations and what your lot has or lots around you may have. And I looked at that 1794 and I was like, this is where people need to be. And now that the prices are starting to get to a point where there's some incentives, APR incentives and customer cash, and dealers willing to drop well below MSRP, you may be able to get into something that you don't have to build because everything is standard. So make sure if you're someone, and there are a lot of you that are trying to buy a limited and you want it set up with all these things you want on it, maybe look into that Platinum or 1794 and at least take a stab at it, because you don't know unless you try. I've heard time and time again over the last 8 years of doing this channel, somebody walked into the dealership to get one truck and they came out with something better because they were able to make the numbers work for them, because they were able to get a great discount on the truck. So you never know until you try. A lot of people signing on now. Let me get caught up on everybody. Tronders, how you doing? Scott says, hello, Mark from Massachusetts here, driving my 2023 1794 and loving it. Love that 1794. Brian, what's up? Reg, how you doing? Carlos, hello. Andrew, how are you? He says, what's up? Just got off work, got dinner, a cold beverage, and this notification. Let's talk Tundra. I like it, sir. I got nothing fun tonight. I got Gatorade tonight, so bear with me. Long day, very tired. 2 separate workouts. The stuff I do on my own, and the wife and I started to run again, so just got home from that, and I'm beat, so bear with me. Red Rooster says 8,200 below MSRP for me. So there you go. Red Rooster right there is a perfect example of what we're talking about. If you would have said that to me 6 months ago, I would have been like, ooh, I never heard of a deal that good. But I'm hearing 8,000, 7,000 below MSRP on a regular basis at this point. So don't be afraid to go in and try. You never know until you try. Do your research. How long has that particular truck been on that lot? They're going to want to move them. Miguel, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Mark, thanks for all the great info. Hey, thanks for being here. Even though you have a Montreal Canadiens avatar, I'll accept you. Let's go Islanders. Nightfall says, hey, Mark, good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you, pal. Thanks for being here. Tom says, seeing some used 2022s at reasonable prices. I saw a 2023. I think I put it at the end of my Turnersville video from last Monday. I think it was still pretty expensive. A couple, maybe $2,000-$3,000 off of what it was new. So I'm glad you're seeing some used prices that are halfway decent. I'm still seeing crazy ones. It really depends on where you are in the country. Another question I get all the time is the pinstripes. Why are there pinstripes all over these trucks? That's a New Jersey special, man. It's not just one or two dealerships. It's quite a few of them. You will see them, all over the place. There's stickers that they put on the truck. I will be completely honest with you, and I will stand by this. If I found a truck that I really, really liked, for instance, that 1794 that was at Turnersville the other day, and they gave me an amazing deal, I'd be like, I'm down for that deal, but you got to take that pinstripe off. I can't deal with the pinstripe. I don't want it. Take it off. I just don't like that for the look. I like the way the new Tundras look down the side. There's not a lot of crazy graphics or badging or nutty stuff going on. I don't want a pinstripe. So in New Jersey, you guys ask all the time, why is there so many pinstripes? They obviously have that on addendum stickers that add money to the price, which is nuts. But yeah, they're all over the place. They're not every New Jersey lot, but they are on quite a few, as you see all the time. Nick, how you doing, buddy? Hendersonville, Tennessee, right outside of beautiful Nashville. Cyber, how you doing? Let's go. Absolutely. Nightfall says, I ended up buying an 18 limited Crew Max with 17,000 miles. This was 2 years ago and never had a minimum of $15,000 markup. And everybody had a minimum of $15,000 markup. I'm happy with my truck. Seeing the issues that's been happening is troubling. Well, what issues do you speak of, my good man? Maybe I could put your fears to rest tonight. Gatorade, Michael says. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Great movie. I've been in an Adam Sandler phase lately, which isn't normal for me. Chris says, limited have different upgrades or are they standard? Limited, oh my God. Let me tell you something right now. Hope you're sitting down. Limited has more upgrades than probably anything. You can build a limited just past SR5, or you could build it just before 1794 and Platinum. And the problem is you can't do a custom order. So you have to get it how the dealership gets it. Some of them have the pano. Some of them have JBL. Some of them have Nightshade. Some of them are TRD off-road. Some of them have the limited premium package, the limited power package. Some don't. So it's a great package. I love the trim of limited. Don't get me wrong. It's probably my favorite trim just because it's so versatile and you can do so many things with it. But I hate having to help people with the limited because I feel bad that we can never find exactly what they want. So on the Toyota website, if you're on Build and Price and you got one with the limited premium package, which is going to give you stuff like the auto leveling headlights, right? And the limited power package is going to give you the wireless charger and the bed lights with the outlet, very important. They want that, and they could find that, but then they can't find one with JBL or Pano. That's why I say, especially with the prices falling the way they are, you might just want to look at Platinum in 1794. The one good thing, not just the fact that everything is standard in Platinum in 1794. When I say standard, I mean JBL, Pano, power folding mirrors, premium auto leveling headlights, the bed lights with the outlet, all that standard. You get heated ventilated memory, genuine leather seats. And in the limited, that would be Softex heated ventilated memory. So it's a true step up. Heads up display is available in 1794 and Platinum. Really look into that. Talk to your dealer. You never know. There are a lot of people like me who like the 1794. I'm sitting in a 1794 driver's seat right now. That's how much I like the 1794. But there are also a lot of people that don't like the 1794 because of all the chrome and the Western theme. So depending on where you are in the country, if that truck has been sitting there a very long time and they just want to move it, they may do something crazy. But you'll never know until you try. And like I always say, what's the worst they could say to you? No. And then you move on. No big deal. All right, let me go back here because I'm way behind now, and I apologize for that. First off, we got to do this is very important to me. We have to do it all the time. If you have a beverage with you, raise it in the air. A cheers to the military and emergency services and the over-the-road truck drivers in the United States and Canada. We love you. Thanks for doing everything for us, keeping us safe. A cheers to the heroes, boys. All right, here we go. So Cyber Money says gross pinstripes. Yeah, they're not everywhere. They're definitely in New Jersey, and they're not just in New Jersey, but we see them a lot around here. Nightfall says pinstripes are for the old hot rodders. Yeah, exactly. Jay says, thank you, Mark. We'll look for a non-hybrid. If iForce Max has 1.5 to 2 times the gas mileage, it would be a definite buy. And that might be something Toyota may want to look into. I hear that from you guys a lot. You would really rather the iForce Max be more fuel efficient instead of set up for that high output of power and torque. So I don't know, maybe that's something they could look at down the road. I made a video recently called Doomed or Doomed. I think it had a question mark at the end. And it has to do with the fact that the iForce Max, they're having trouble selling them in a lot of places around the country right now. So the prices are very high on iForce Max. That's definitely a reason. But other reasons you guys always tell me, you lose the underseat storage. You don't like that. You don't really like all of the upgraded technology of, the battery action and all that. If it breaks, how expensive will it be to fix? So there are a lot of things they're dealing with that. Fuel mileage is definitely a huge one on your mind, but obviously price is number one. And the crazy part is, and maybe Toyota did it wrong with this, but the iForce is a great engine and the truck is powerful and fun to drive and you still get that underseat storage and the fuel mileage is better. So it's not like, you get the choice between a 5.7 V8 and, a 4-liter V6 where it's so night and day different. The iForce isn't far behind as far as power delivery and the overall feeling behind the wheel. So you could save $3,000 to $4,000 by going non-iForce Max. So I don't know. It really depends on what direction you would like to go. But there might be some crazy deals on those iForce Maxes out there. So make sure you check. Let's see. Apex Fitness says, wanting to get into a used Tundra to build into an overland survival monster, but I'm so confused between the different trims. What's the best trim to look for a build off of, or do I go TRD off-road? Well, we didn't even get into the first question here, and you're going to have to answer this, and then I could totally answer that for you, sir. And that would be, what are we looking at as far as year? Are we looking this generation, last generation, or first generation? And then we'll go from there. I can tell you right off the bat, the TRD off-road may not be worth it for you if you're going to do all of the suspension change out, the wheel and tire change out, skid plates. If you're going to make it an overland vehicle, you might want to save a little cashola on that. Nightfall says, I've seen multiple streamers have their truck just blow engines. A couple used the lemon law because repairs were 30 to 45 days, which were insane. There was a lot of issues up front. The two main ones was the wastegate issue, which they took care of. That is no longer a problem with the Tundra. That was back in the 2022, maybe very early in the 2023 model year. And the other one was the engine bearing situation that they took care of also. So the two main engine things that were a problem are taken care of. Of the recalls you're seeing, and I said this last live stream, I believe. I make enough of these videos that I forget which video is which, and I apologize for that. But wouldn't you want recalls up front in a new generation versus not hearing anything? Like, I'm happy that Toyota is coming up and saying, look, here's something that's wrong. We're putting a recall out there for it to get it fixed up front instead of hiding behind stuff and not jumping on it right away. So, yeah, there are a lot of recalls. But again, they're getting in front of it. They're not trying to say nothing's wrong when something is wrong. If you didn't see the post I put up the other day, which, by the way, the community post, which I just put up, like, questions, comments, I have you guys do polls. I am going full-fledged into that. So every day or every other day, you're going to see something in there. There's going to be trivia questions. There's going to be, which one do you like better, stuff like that. So make sure you're always checking the community tab on my page because I want to see you guys involved in all of those polls. They actually help me make videos going forward, seeing what you guys think about that. But I forget what we were talking about. Man, I hate when I do that. But with the Tundra, there's not a lot of problems. There were a lot of recalls up front, and honestly, there still are a few recalls going on now. But I'm glad they're trying to make it right. So maybe in a few years we won't have a lot of these issues. But make sure you do your research before you do anything. I have a 2023 that has no problems whatsoever. There are people out there that have problems, and there are people out there that don't have problems. I don't have any creaks, rattles, window noise, which we've heard from some people. No engine issues, no signs of upcoming engine issues, knock on knock on wood there that there is no issue. But everything seems to be tip top on mine. I guess it really just depends on what Tundra you get. But don't forget, a ground up remodel, you're going to have stuff go wrong in the beginning, especially think of the Tundra. How often do they update the Tundra? There was the first generation until '06. '07 to 21 is pretty much generation 2. You could call 14 to 21 2.5, but it's the same platform, okay? So they keep it forever. This was a complete different direction for Tundra. Complete different direction, right? They went with a complete new platform, new suspension, ladder boxed frame. They went with these crazy forced induction V6 engines because of all the craziness of, hitting all these EPA emissions laws and all that now. So were there going to be recalls up front? Absolutely. I put my faith in Toyota with their reliability and how they care about quality, QDR, that they will get it fixed, and it looks like they are getting it fixed, and the sales are looking real good for the truck right now. So hopefully everything is great. I know in the beginning there was a lot of problems, but we're seeing less and less as we go. And again, in closing, before I move on, I don't look at recalls as a bad thing. I'm glad that they're able to get in front of that right away and not try to say anything is broken. This is what I was going to say earlier about the community tab. I put this up the other day. For TRD Pro owners, they've had a problem with their alignment for a while where it was burning up the tires. And Toyota issued a service campaign for that. And that's not just the new generation. I mean, this service campaign may be for the new generation, but I remember older TRD Pro owners complaining about their alignment with their truck as well with that suspension. So I don't know what's going on with that. But if you are a TRD Pro owner in the new generation, make sure you check my community tab and you will see whatever the number is for the reference number of that service campaign to go and get your TRD Pro checked. And if there's a problem, they'll replace your tires or something. You might want to check that out because that has been a problem that a lot of people were talking about with TRD Pros. Let's take a sip and then we'll keep going here. Long-winded, eh? Let's see. Cyber says, love my Lunar Rock. Can't wait to show you my build. I'd love to see it, sir. I'd love to see it for sure. Bubba, how you doing? But man, I love the interiors of the third gen. I genuinely do love the interiors. I drive all over the place to these dealerships, multiple hours away a lot of the time, and the seats are comfortable. I love the 14-inch screen, especially when using, your Apple CarPlay navigation and everything. I just like the interior of the new generation Tundra. I like the ride of the new generation Tundra. It's a built truck as far as going down the road. It's a very comfortable truck. Again, I have no issues with my Tundra. And this is a Tundra. Somebody made a comment like this. They said, you don't have issues with your Tundra because they built you that Tundra. And that couldn't be further from the truth because I bought my 2023 last April off the lot in I would say a 2-day period of I went and did a dealership walk. I saw it. I wanted to lower my payment. And I was like, I'm going to get an SR5. And within a few days, I had that SR5 at Toyota World of Lakewood. I bought it right off the lot. So it doesn't have any issues. If it had issues, you would hear about every single one of them. I haven't had one issue with this truck yet. I hope I never do. It runs smooth. It runs fine. I genuinely enjoy driving it every day. I know people hate that. People hate when you say you love the new generation Tundra. I love the new generation Tundra. I love the old generation Tundra. But if I didn't like this one, I would tell you. But I enjoy it very much. The backseat is very small, but that's pretty much my number one complaint. Gotta be the shoes, says purchase 2024 Tundra Limited Nightshade. Paid $5K under MSRP. Only negative. No daytime. Wait, DLR. Makes no sense. What's DLR? I'm blanking. Help me. But Nightshade, absolutely amazing. Good call. Nightfall says, hi, Bubba. Thanks for the info, says Chris. Anytime. Bought my first Tundra, JR said a few weeks ago. Welcome to the team. What's your thoughts? 2024 Tundra Platinum and Blueprint. Love it so far. iForce Max. Excellent choice, my friend. Love Blueprint, love Platinum, and iForce Max. Like I said, if you want all that power, do it. There definitely is a feel. Daytime running lights. You don't have daytime running lights? What do you have? A nightshade? Are you sure? Are you sure? I have daytime running lights in my SR5. On the stock, it should be that selection, auto, and the headlights. You need to send me a picture of that stock. I'm telling you, you have them. We got to figure this out. Let's see. I'm sorry, I got lost there. But Nightshade is awesome, dude. Congratulations. I love that. $450 add-on package to limited. It just body color and blacks out everything, makes the truck look great. That is Nightshade, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, but the iForce Max is definitely, it definitely has the feel of more power than the iForce. It's just not night and day. They both feel great. So to each their own. A very popular saying on this channel. JR said, I already read that. Nightfall says, I love the 1794, but couldn't find one. But my truck is mesquite brown. Nothing wrong with that at all. Mesquite is awesome. Wood Duck says, yes, Nightfall. I saw that to the F-150 2024, two of them with the blown engines. Nightfall says, big thank you to those, and thank you from me, a paramedic. Hey, thank you so much. That's how behind I am right now, and I apologize. Cyber Monday says, 360 camera. I have that in my, I have the 360 camera in my SR5. Anthony, what's up? Cedric says, truck driver here. Thanks for the salute. You just gained a subscriber. Well, I appreciate everything you do. You got to support, love, and respect the over-the-road truckers, because without them, we don't get anything. You need them. So give them everything they need to get down the road safely. Give them a great paycheck. Give them all the benefits they need. That is a tough, tough job to be away from your family, driving all over the country for potentially weeks at a time. Okay, you guys ask me all the time, what do I watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of weird stuff on YouTube, but one thing I watch are the 18-wheeler over-the-road truckers, and they vlog all of their life. I'm obsessed with those videos. I can't get enough of that. So huge supporter of the over-the-road truckers out there, for sure. Andrew says, reliable Toyota in Springfield, Missouri is overflowing with all types of Tundras. Take pictures. I need pictures. Keep kicking tail, Cedric, says Nightfall. I like that. Jay Chino says, maybe if they can swap the battery out with solid state battery, which is more compact, and get some storage room back. I would love to see that, and a lot of people complain about that. They also want to see the battery moved, which if they could find a spot for it, but then you might lose a little bed area. They got to figure that out. But the storage was a big deal in the last generation. A lot of complaints about that. So when it came to the new generation, it was like, hey, we have underseat storage. Unless you get the engine we want you to get, then you don't get it. So it was kind of weird. But, I'm not sitting at any big table making decisions. I'm just talking about the decisions they make with you fine people. Red Rooster says, maybe if they added a software update for the Max versions that improve the MPG, since everything is all electronic these days, for when you're in eco mode, and then leave sport and tow haul as is. I would like that, but who knows? They'd probably charge you for it, I would think. Antonio says, long time no see, TD. Greetings from SoCal. Yes, good to see you. By the way, I always forget to ask this question. Let me ask it now with 67 of you on here. Where are you in the world tonight? Where are you coming from? I'd love to hear where you are sitting at home, drinking a nice beverage. I'm in New Jersey. Go. Let's hear where you're at. Nightfall says, a lot of dudes go SR5 unless you want leather. Then you go limited. Not necessarily, my good man, because I have Softex. And Softex is available in SR5. It's standard, the only option in limited. And then if you want the real leather stuff, you go up into platinum and 1794 and up. So I do have Softex and SR5. It's part of the premium packages. 6-7, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Long time. Is there a way to program the truck to turn off auto stop start, dealer or aftermarket? What do you mean turn off auto stop start? Forever? Like you don't want to get in the truck and just hit the button every time? Because that's what I do. And I'm sure there's a way. I don't think the dealer would do it because of the potential of something going wrong, a sue or something like that. But there might be something aftermarket. If that's what you're talking about, confirm that, please. Nightfall says, good. I'm glad Toyota's on top of this stuff. Most definitely, I'd be pissed if they hit it. Exactly. Cyber says, I went for gas because it didn't feel much different. There you go. Antonio says, still loving my 2017 SR5 barely at 49 miles. I'm guessing you mean 49,000? But still, a very nice new truck. Reggie, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. One of the channel members. Thanks for being here. There's two different versions. There's channel subscribers. Thank you for being here. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being part. And then there's the steroid version called the members. Thank you for being a member. Reg, you are the man. Spitz says 2022 1794 with 18K was just lemoned. Tell me about it. See, that's another one with the 2022. This is what I'm talking about. That's where all the problems are. And that's what we were talking about earlier in the video, where I'm probably catching up when I was talking about it right now. When people are having problems, a lot of time there's that 2022 model year right in front of it. JR says 2024 Tundra Platinum iForce Max. Very nice. Nice pick. Nightfall says, Spitz, that's a good band with that name. Andrew says, my 23 Platinum Hybrid just has the annoying window noise. I wish they'd come up with a fix. So what is it, like a whistle? Anything? Let me know. Gabby says, 2024 Limited iForce Max. Love it. That's a great pick. Congratulations. I like that. I saw one. What was that one I saw? Sure, Toyota. It was like a Windchill Pearl iForce Max Limited TRD Off-Road. I love the TRD Off-Road Unlimited because everything gets body colored out. It just looks perfect. Perfect. Serge says, hi, Mark from PEI, Canada. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Canada in the house. Bubba says, Andrew, I thought TRD John said they had a fix. I'm sure there is some kind. There's got to be a fix out there by that for now. That's been a problem since the beginning of the new gen. Nightfall says, same. I love Toyota. This is good. Tronder says, I have a 2023 1794 TRD Off-Road with less than 5,000 miles. Haven't had a single problem, but it is worrisome that so many are having problems. And this is what I try to figure out. Are so many having problems, or are we just seeing it echoed more? Because that's usually how it goes, right? So what I'm seeing is this, and I try to pay attention. I want to hear the good, the bad, the ugly from the owners. I want to hear if they're having a problem or not. It's like Andrew just said with his wind noise issue. There's certain things that people have complained about since the beginning, and there's certain things that you just don't hear about anymore, like the wastegate issue. That was in the beginning. You don't hear about that anymore because that is a fixed issue. But, you know, with you, Tronders, I have a 2023. It's in the back of my head because mine was built, I think it was built in March 2023. So that's still kind of later after a few of the problems. But yeah, I always keep my mind on it. I always pay attention to the recalls. My truck is going in for service next week. It's getting that recall done with the fuel line. It's getting the ECU update. It's getting the parking brake update and the second key delivery. So hopefully with all this stuff, everything gets taken care of. That is my hope. Real quick before we move on, if you folks could take just the time, a real quick minute, and hit that like button, it would certainly help me and this video. I thank you very much for being here. Let's talk about discounts. SparksParts.com is where you can get all your Toyota and TRD parts for your Tundra or any Toyota. Use promo code TundraDude34 to save 5% site-wide. Do you like all this Toyota gear that I wear? How about Toyota Outfitters website? Use promo code TundraDude, all caps, one word, TundraDude, to save 25% site-wide. Toyota Outfitters is the official merchandise of Toyota, TRD, and Toyota Racing. We're talking hats, coats, shirts, polos, tailgating gear, golf equipment. They have everything. TundraDude, all caps, one word, 25% off site-wide. And that includes the new stuff, the whole site. So that's some big savings. There's my plug. It's all to help you. Go get them. Back at it now. Dan, what's going on, buddy? Happy Friday to you as well. Andrew says, Bubba, I tried it and it didn't work. Anthony says, looking forward to getting the new one here soon. Why not? Josh, what's up? Had a 2017 SR5 TSS. Now own a 2022 SR5 TRD Off-Road. I like my 2022 and the new tech, but my old 17 felt like a real truck. I don't know how to explain it. Josh, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I totally agree with you. I'm going to read Josh's comment one more time. I want everyone, pay attention, listen to this. If you are an owner of a second gen and you came up into the new generation, this is exactly how I felt, just like Josh. Ready? He had a 2017 SR5 TSS. He now owns a 2022 SR5 TRD Off-Road. He likes his 2022 and the new tech, but his 2017 felt like a real truck. I don't know how to explain it, he said. I don't know how to explain it either. The old truck to me felt like an old school pickup truck. Leaf springs, it felt heavy. It had brake dive. It felt like the wind moved the truck around the road a little bit. Roaring V8. That is a truck to me, right? It's not the best handling vehicle in the world, but it's meant to just do the job of being a pickup truck. The towing, the hauling, the getting you to work in terrible weather, the 4x4 off-road stuff. It felt like a classic pickup truck. I think the reason Josh and I feel this way is because think of the Ford F-150. They do new generations all the time of the Ford F-150. So when you jump from generation to generation, it kind of feels the same as the last one because they do it so often. But being the Tundra, the last generation was '07 to 21. When you're thinking of that classic Tundra or classic half-ton pickup platform, and then you come to this new technology, driving one back to back, it feels completely different. The ones now, they drive great, they feel lighter, there's no brake dive whatsoever, they don't sound the same, they don't feel the same. It's night and day. So Josh, I 100% agree and feel you on that comment. I'd love to hear if anybody else feels that as well. Love the new stuff. I love my truck, but that old truck felt like it could take a true beating. It felt, like I said, heavy, sloppy in a good way. Oh, man. Oh, the new gen. Cedric says, I'm considering between the 1794 and the Platinum. My mind changes between, the two on a week-to-week basis. I 100% agree with you, Cedric. I love the 1794. Once again, I'm sitting in a 1794 driver's seat right now, literally. This is from a 2022 1794. That's how much I like the 1794. But I love the fact that the Platinum is all body color on the outside, and that black interior just flows with it so nice. So I, too, feel you. One minute I'll see a Platinum and be like, oh my God, I want that so bad. I love the Lunar on the Platinum. And I'm not talking TRD off-road, just Lunar Platinum. Beautiful setup. And then I see like that 1794 last week in black, and I'm like, nope, I want that one. That's probably why I do a Tundra channel, because I want all of them. BJ Ames says, just saw blank percentage for 36 months. What is it now? For 36 months, I have it right here. 1.99% for up to 48 right now. So that's not bad, right? 3.99% for 60, 4.99% for 72. Not bad. And then it's $1,000 customer cash for iForce, $1,500 customer cash for the iForce Max. I did hear in areas of Texas, it's even lower than that. But this is the national ones, or at least in my region, I'm seeing. Let's see. Okay, now you just said 0% for 36 months. I have not heard that, but that's pretty cool. What area are you in? Where's that Toyota sweatshirt? Which Toyota sweatshirt are we speaking of? Scott. Palace says, I am thinking of buying a 2024 Tundra crew cab. I will not go off-road. What model do you suggest? Model for the money. If you're a fan of luxury features, and you like to have, the genuine leather heated ventilated memory and the 14-inch screen with JBL and the, digital gauge cluster and the pano roof, you should really look into 1794 and Platinum. Those are the luxury editions. If you don't care about that and you want something that's, going to do a little bit more of just truck related stuff and you want to save some money, you could do a lot of things down in the SR5. I strongly suggest you head over to toyota.com, build and price tool, and you will see all the options you could do. And you're probably going to get a headache doing it because it's not like the last generation of Toyota Tundra. You can really build these things in a way where there's a lot of different configurations. So take your time, study up, research it, figure out exactly what you want and go from there. But if you're all about those luxury features, like I talked about a couple videos ago and earlier tonight, you might want to look at those high luxury trims because everything is standard. You don't have to go searching. Have you heard of anyone putting 2024 TRD Pro upper control arms on a second gen? I have a 2019 TRD Sport. I have not heard anybody doing that yet at all. I don't know if they will fit. So we'll have to figure that out first. The application. Will it be a direct fit? Does stuff have to be done? But I have not heard anybody doing that yet. 2019 TRD Sport. Nice choice. Anthony says, can someone please find me a 1794 with 6.5 foot bed and the tow mirrors? I see 1794 with 6.5 foot beds often. It's just the tow mirrors. And I think I said this again last live stream. I wish Toyota would make their tow mirrors plug and play. So then for Anthony here, he could just buy the Tundra, buy the tow mirrors separately, and it's not a whole job to get them hooked up. Wood Duck says, I love the new Tundra. Absolutely. Daytime running lights. Yep, we went over that. He said DLR? I think that's what threw me off. Michael says, I want a long bed Tundra. I've seen a few of them lately around here, the 6.5 foot bed Crew Maxes. Actually, my local lot, I don't know if it still has it. The one down the street for me I drove by the other day and saw it, double cab with the 8 foot bed. It's the first time I've seen that. Serge loves his 2024 TRD Pro. Ridwin says, how you doing, buddy? I have an 08 Tundra Crew Max SR5 TRD with a moonroof. 5.8 MPG sucks, but I live 20 miles from my job. You're in Canada? Are you in Canada? I asked for a reason. I want to test myself here. Nightfall says, yeah, would I have been seeing Fords blow up like crazy, the F-150 and the 7.3 having issues. Josh says, I wish I had the 14-inch screen in my SR5. I know they have them as an option. Seems rare, though. So if you want the 14-inch screen in your SR5, I see that around here more than the 8-inch screen. It depends on how you get your SR5. So if it's just a regular SR5, it would be the SR5. I think it's the premium audio package is what it is in SR5 across the board for the 14-inch screen. Premium audio package. Gives you the 14-inch screen, and it gives you the bed lights and outlet. They come in one package. So that's what you need for 14-inch screen in SR5. It's got to be the shoes, says no daytime running strip. The headlight is on, or is just on, paid $65K out the door, and I just realized it yesterday, purchased the truck last Friday. It depends on if you have the premium headlights, the auto leveling headlights or not. Send me a picture of the front of your truck and I'll be able to tell. But I'm telling you, you have daytime running lights. We're going to figure this thing out together, pal. I want you to feel good about the 65 grand. Thanks. Josh says Austin, Texas. Oh, yes, here's where everybody's from. Reggie's in Riverside, California. Anthony says put the battery on the opposite side of the gas tank. Why not? Stiv says, I want a Platinum without the iForce Max because I want the underseat storage and don't want to pay extra for the power I don't need. They are out there, sir. I see them every time we go for a walk. Red Roosters in Central Oregon Coast. A lot of West Coasters tonight. I like that. Usually too early for you guys. Andrew says, Springfield, Missouri, soon to be Tulsa, Oklahoma for grad school in May. Go get him, kid. Fernando says, I'm going to mess this up. Vacaville, California? Is that how you say that? My apologies if I said that wrong. S Central says Central Pennsylvania. I like it. Oh, South Central Keystone. I like it. Gabby says Providence, Rhode Island. Hector says San Antonio, Texas. Few miles from the plant. Rock and roll. Joker says Chicago. Bubba says sipping on absinthe here in Georgia. God help you. Nightfall for the second gen. They had that. I thought it was only cloth. No, even in the late second gen, you could get the Softex in a package on the SR5. The late second gen. Jacksonville, Florida, a.k.a. Duval. BJ Ames says, Fayetteville, Arkansas. I like it. Anthony says, sitting on the couch, drinking some tequila, peach juice, club soda. Gets to the point. Rock and roll, man. Rock and roll. Nightfall says, oh, Reggie Cypress here. And she says, I bought my Tundra in Fayetteville. Yes, turn off auto stop start forever. There's definitely a way to do that. We can look into it. It's going to be aftermarket. You can ask your service center if they'll do it, but I don't know if they will. Andrew says, window noise. It's a high-pitched whistling noise whenever you go over 40 miles an hour. So basically every time I drive. Dude, I have the fix for that, Andrew, right now. You go and you buy yourself some Iron Maiden and you turn it all the way up. You're not going to hear that whistle anymore, buddy. All right? Let me help you for a cheaper price. Anthony says, thanks again for making the video about my truck. It goes to work every day and never lets me down. Rock and roll, man, anytime. I like it. JR says, Michigan here. Chris says, any suggestions on an exhaust for the 2024 off-road? I was thinking about getting the setup that is on the TRD Pro. It's like that dual exhaust. It's not a true dual. It's like a dual tip at the end, but apparently there's more of the exhaust that gives it a little more growl. I was thinking about doing that. I think there are a couple options on like four-wheel parts and websites like that. I perused it real quick, but there are some options out there. Just, I want to say this up front. Be careful and do your homework on the sounds of the exhaust that you may be getting, because it's not like our beloved dual exhaust that we used to have on the 5.7 V8 that sounded amazing. Some of these V6 sounds, they sound interesting. So make sure you like the noise you're getting before you spend the money. Josh says, does the back window rattle when down for anyone else? When I had my 2022 TRD Pro, I did not have a rattle at all. One thing that a lot of people confuse, Please keep this in mind. When you're hearing a rattling from the back window, you're actually hearing the bed rattling. I've dealt with a couple people that had the noise locally, and they always thought it was their back window. It is the bed, not the back window. So make sure it's your back window. But I have a small little window now because I have a double cab. Wood Duck says South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. All right. Antonio says, not a Tundra question, but your thoughts on the new Camry and the Crown. When will you get a test car on any of those? I don't usually get the test cars on those because they're not Tundra related. So like Tacoma, Tundra, maybe Sequoia, Forerunner, stuff like that, truck stuff. You guys don't care about the cars enough for me to get it in a bulk situation. But I don't know how I feel about the new Crown nose. I like or did I say Crown? I like the Crown. The Camry, I don't know how I feel about the new front end on the Camry. I like the old one that's outgoing. Uh, they got these big mouths. They look like these gigantic, like oversized whale mouths on the front of these cars now. I'm still trying to get used to the new Camry front end, but the Crown looks pretty cool. It's different for what it is. Kevin says 2010 and 2024 Tundras, two very good choices there. Ethan says, just bought my first Tundra today. Congratulations, sir. 2024 Lunar Rock Platinum. No hybrid or 4x4. Live in Florida. Really hoping I didn't make a mistake foregoing the 4x4, but had to make it work with the money. Thoughts? Well, a lot of people buy two-wheel drives down by where you live. That's why if you look at some of the websites, up in New Jersey, we don't have two-wheel drives up here because we get snow, we get weather. So four-wheel drives are what sell up here. I think I've seen two-wheel drives new for sale up here for Tundra, and that was during the shortage and everything, and they were just trying to get their hands on absolutely anything they could. But down where you live, for what you use your truck for, two-wheel drive may be the way to go. Florida, it rains a lot, so just make sure you take it easy during the rain. But Platinum, love the Platinum. Lunar Rock, I was just talking about how much I love the Platinum Lunar in the beginning of this video. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Let's see. Nightfall says, Camry has always been nice, while the Civic and Accord keeps getting more ugly. When they did the Camry update in 2017, I fell in love with that car. They went from like a car that, all right, it's very plain Jane, to sporty. And I love the nose on it. I thought it was a great look. It looked different. The 3.5 V6 in there, 300 plus horsepower. I need to get used to this front end a little bit more, but I'll always love the Camry. I tried to buy a Camry once as the second vehicle to a Tundra, but couldn't make the numbers work, folks. Red Rooster says, just used Toyota Outfitters discount the other day for a hat and mug. Happy to help. Enjoy that stuff. This is just making me smile. I love my truck. It's also a TRD off-road. The thing that irks me is my sister's 2021 Sequoia TRD Pro has a better sound system than mine. I can truly rock out in her truck. There you go. I need to upgrade the stereo at least. It can be done. Miguel says, I think the lack of leaf springs is what does it for me. The 2022 Plus Tundras drive like a big SUV. And that's where all the trucks are heading, or they're at already. That's just the way of the future. Christopher says, dropping off my '08 Tundra TRD off-road tomorrow and picking up a 2024 TRD off-road in Lunar. Going to miss that V8. When I got rid of mine, I missed the V8, but I think you will be happy with, first off, just for someone who's owned Tundras for a long time, let's go for the '07 to '21. Let's go to the '14 to '21. I owned a few of them, and every time I got a new one, it was awesome, but it was like, all right, well, the interior is the same in every truck with little updates here and there. You're going to get in that truck tomorrow, and sure, you'll miss the V8, but you're going to see all this new stuff. You're going to see all the stuff that people have been asking about in the Tundra world for a long time. More tech. You're going to have a driving experience that you haven't really experienced before with the V8 because it's a completely different driving experience. And that's what we've been talking about on here for a good part of the last few minutes, just how different they feel from generation to generation. But I think you will enjoy it. You got Lunar, so you did that right. TRD Off-Road. What's great about TRD Off-Road in the new gen? It's not just the looky stuff. It's not just the trinkets that say TRD on the inside. It's not just the cool wheels. It's the locking rear diff, multi-terrain select, and crawl control. I mean, that's the main point of the TRD Off-Road. It's always good to have, even if you don't use it a lot. Let's see. How hard is it to replace the grill? It's not that it's hard to replace the grill, old gen or new gen. It's that the clips are very fragile plastic and you have to be gentle. All right. Don't go ripping the thing off. You got to go easy. But other than that, it's just time consuming, but not hard. I've never done a grill on a new one. I've done quite a few grills on the old one. It's not as easy as the older ones. Again, plastic clips, rough. Red Rooster says, I don't have a 1794 office chair yet, but I did turn a second gen 1794 emblem into a magnet with rare earth magnets for my garage. That's pretty cool. Brent says, want to upgrade my OEM 23 Platinum grill to a 2024 1794 black chrome grill. Head over to sparksparts.com. As soon as you click on, or as soon as you type that in, you're going to see a 22 plus Tundra upgrades box that pops up. Click that. All the grill needs are in there, and use promo code TundraDude34 to save 5%. Go get them. Nightfall says, very nice, Christopher. Got to let us know how you like it versus the old truck. Absolutely. So next week when we do a live stream, we need to know what your thoughts are 1 week into truck ownership, or of the new gen, I should say. Brent says, Andrew, damn, I've seen a lot of used ones on eBay with broken tabs, and that explains it. Yes, sir. Scott says, I'm in PA. Where would I find the best deal on a Tundra Limited or possibly Platinum? Well, PA is a very big state, but I will tell you from the lots that I've walked, what are some of the Pennsylvania ones? Scranton, they always have a good amount of Tundras. Koch 33 had a ton of Tundras last time I was there. Thompson Toyota had a bunch. That's in Bucks County. And also Tri-County had a ton. So there's a lot of Tundras out there. I think they're all willing to deal. So just find one around you that has a good amount of inventory, and that's a great way to start. If you see a lot of inventory of Tundras on a Toyota lot, that means they want those puppies to move. So aim for those. If you go to a dealership and they have 2 Tundras, you probably won't get the best deal ever. But, again, I don't know where you are in Pennsylvania. So Other Scott says, is there any difference between the 20 and the 2021 models? No, I think they're the same thing. I mean, in 2021, there was Nightshade and the Trail Edition. In 2020, the TRD Pro Color was Army Green. In 2021, it was Lunar Rock. But as far as the changes that were made in 2020, it carried over into 2021. Exactly. Steven says, my 2018 I messed up. My 2018 TRD Off-Road is about paid off. Really want the TRD Pro Tundra, but the cost is nuts. Absolutely. What is the next best choice? I want the pano, audio, heated ventilated seats, etc. Thanks. All right, Steven. Here's the thing, and I want you to do this if you're not in any rush. I want you to look around outside of where you live, break out of your radius, go on places like Auto Trade or something like that, and you can get a deal on a TRD Pro under MSRP. It may be a little bit tougher, but it's worth a try before you settle. If you can't find a deal, if it's just too much money, the one that everybody wants for 2024 is the Platinum with the TRD off-road package. That's insanely tough to find. There are not many out there, but that's a regular trim, and you'll be able to get a deal on. The Limited with the TRD off-road package is also very nice, but if you have your heart set on that TRD Pro and you're not in any rush, look around, take your time. There's going to be dealers out there ready to move any Tundras they possibly can, including TRD Pro. So go get them, man. Give it a try. Just call a few. That's all I ask. And the only reason I push that is because I've, in 8 years of doing this, May will be 8 years. I've talked to a lot of people trying to find Tundras, and they always say, oh man, I really want this Tundra. I don't know if I could afford it. So, what else can I get? And I always say, well, here's some other options, but you should still give it a whirl, because I bet there's somebody out there ready to hook you up. I don't know how far off the price is from where you want to be. I don't know if it's like, 74 sticker and you need something that's at 58. I mean, you're not going to find the TRD Pro for a discount like that. But if you're at 74 sticker and you'd be happier in the high 60s, I think that is worth making some phone calls. Just me. You never know. I just want you to be happy. That's my ultimate goal for all of you. I want you to get your Tundra, get the stuff for your Tundra, get the clothing that says Tundra, and just be happy. And come to the live streams and hit the like button and subscribe and tell your friends. And let's have a good time. Cheers. All right, let's keep kicking because I'm way behind again. Joe says the old lady wants the '08 gone, but I've garaged the 23 over the winter to keep the salt off her. There you go. Bobby's in Maui, Hawaii. Bobby is lucky because Maui is probably gorgeous. Mark says, hey, Mark and Tundra team from Bend, Oregon. Mark, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Courtney says, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Very nice. Not far from me. I walk a lot of dealerships right near Philadelphia. Eddie, yes, sir. Iron Maiden Eddie. We love him. I'm going to see Iron Maiden in November. Tundra says, how many people like the new Tundra over the old one? It's very hard to say that as far as giving a comparison, I'll say, because the old one and the new one are so freaking different. And that's what we were talking about earlier in this live stream. But the old Tundra has a lot of stuff about it that is that classic awesome pickup truck, and the new one is all technology, and the driving experience is a lot better for certain situations. So very tough. I'm not answering that. You know why? Because I'm an American and I don't have to choose. Rock and roll. Joe says I like the old one. Have them both. Old Tundra for Tundra NC, and he's had two Tundras. I like it. Arthur says hello. Power Wagon owner here, but I'm looking into a Tundra probably next year. Which one are you thinking? And let me ask you a question. I've always wanted to ask a Power Wagon owner this question. I don't know where you live. I don't know if you live in like a city area. Is it a pain in the butt to drive it every day? That's my question. Because it's so gigantic. Every time I see those on the lot, I'm like, God, that around me, we're close enough to New York City where that would be a huge pain to drive every day. I love the Power Wagon. I love what it represents, but at the same time, I'm terrified of trying to go into a tight parking lot with a $70,000 truck. You live in Freehold, New Jersey. You live right by me. So how do you do it every day? I need to know. Freehold is pretty tight. I know Freehold very well. I'm in Toms River, so I'm not far from you, sir. Freehold Mall, baby. But that's just too funny. And every time I see them they have them at the local Dodge dealer. I always drive through the Dodge dealer lots, right? And it's sitting there in the front, and it is so much bigger than the 1500. It's unreal. So I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, but anyway, people when they're asking about the old gen versus new gen, and if they like it or whatever, uh, what's better to get. I always say this. I will always say this. I don't care how much new gen we have years going forward. You got to test drive both. You have to. And if you've never driven the new gen, you got to make sure you test drive it. Don't buy it sight unseen. Because I'm telling you, when I first got into the new gen, I was scratching my head because I was expecting it to be a lot more Tundra like, like that old one was. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's just me, though. I'd like to hear what you guys think about that because I know that's going to be one of those things that a lot of people don't really understand because you just have to drive it. I've driven so many of both of them that, it's just one of those things that I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain. I'm sorry to be lost in that. I want to tell you the right answer, and it's very hard unless you've driven so many. But that's just me. That's just me. Let's get back to this. I'm sorry. My battery's running low on my thing here, so I'm trying to close all my apps out. And now I'm super lost. So let me get back caught up here. Oh, it went all the way back. We're way down here. Oh, I asked the power wagon question. All right. Mr. Dillon says, thoughts on Ram going twin turbo straight six and ditching the V8 like Tundra? Ford and GM still have a V8 for the foreseeable future. It's, we talk about it all the time. Emission standards are coming down hardcore. They don't look at it as like the truck, right? It's not one of those ones where it's like, all right, your truck doesn't have good enough MPG. The V8's got to go. They look at it as a company. What is your company MPG? What is your emissions MPG, or what is your emissions as a company? So if a company has a lot of, all electric vehicles or hybrids, they might be able to offset the bad mileage of the V8. All right. So you're starting to see that. But the emission standards are getting tougher and tougher. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, you're going to see, the V8 eventually go away completely. And that's why, and this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Somebody said this to me once. If you think it's just Toyota getting rid of the V8 to get rid of the V8, why would a company like Dodge, Stellantis, whatever you want to call it, that has built their reputation off of Hellcats, Demons, the Hemi, why would they get rid of the V8? They would only get rid of the V8 if they absolutely had to, like you're seeing right now. So keep that in your mind. Let's see. Anthony says, how is the front brakes on the new Tundra? Any warping issues? I have none. I have just under 10,000 miles though. But one thing I like about the new Tundra with the braking, there's no brake dive. The brakes are very good. I am not a huge fan of the brakes on the iForce Max though, because of the brake regen. They kind of feel like it's like a little sticky. It's something to get used to, and you do get used to over time. But the brakes on the regular one, no issues whatsoever. Giovanni says next truck I buy. Wife says I have to keep it for more than 3 years, so now I'm between a new Ram and a Tundra. There's always the wife ultimatums. I feel you on that. So take your time, test drive both. If you want that V8 though, the Ram, you better get it this year because it's going away. For the front grille, I did alone. It's easy, nice 5.7 V8 reliability is legendary. Absolutely agree with that. Let's see. Favorite Tundra color of all time. All right, that quicksand. Quicksand. That grill right there. 2016 TRD Pro secondary special color quicksand. I'm obsessed with that color, and I was never able to buy the truck. So I didn't spend as much money and bought the grill. And it hangs on my wall, and that's why it's there. Let's see. I wouldn't mind trading in my truck, but I don't want a payment. Yeah, don't, dude. Right now, if you don't have a payment, you don't need a payment. Steven says, thank you, sir. Anytime. Sorry to make it confusing. Tukes, what's going on, buddy? Been a while. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm in the market this fall. No idea what I want yet. Can't wait to hear. TC says, favorite Maiden album. I have a weird one. Of course, there's Maiden songs and there's Maiden albums we all love, but Fear of the Dark is one of my favorites. And again, I know that's one of those like insanely weird ones because people are usually saying, the ones with the popular songs on Number of the Beast and all that. But Fear of the Dark, for sure. Fear of the Dark. Arthur says, I live in Freehold, New Jersey, which is awesome. Neighbor over there. Kevin says, hello, Mark. Hello, all. Kevin, how you doing? Philip says, happy Friday. Absolutely. Jonathan, what's going on, pal? Joe says, the 540 horsepower from the new Ram is going to be a quick truck. That's a serious number. Absolutely. I still don't have a problem with the power in my regular iForce. I mean, I don't need 1,000 horsepower. There's nothing wrong with more horsepower, but this truck gets up and goes fine. I don't feel underpowered at all. Still have my 2017 200,000 miles still running like a champ. Blazing blue, great color. Terry says, I've had a 2014, 2019, and now a 2022. It pulls my trailer so much better than the 5.7s. There you go. Jessica says, new to the channel, welcome aboard. Just bought a 2024 1794 edition. Jealous. I'm jealous of you. What color did you get? Daryl says, is there a major difference in the seat comfort between the Platinum and the TRD Pro? Have an 07 Limited 5.7 looking to upgrade. The Platinum, now I'm going to show you this, buddy. Daryl, this is for you. So this is the 1794 seat. This is out of a 2022 Tundra. So this is genuine leather, heated, ventilated memory. Platinum has the same seats. They're just in black, okay? Genuine leather, heated, ventilated memory. The TRD Pro seat is Softex, okay? So it's like a simulated fake leather. A little bit stiffer, not as soft. Heated, ventilated memory as well, but it's not terrible. So I would definitely sit in both because there is a little bit of a difference. I drive with Softex on my SR5, but there's a reason this is the office chair. It is very comfortable. All right, let's see. Every time I read a comment, the comments go to a weird direction, so bear with me. YouTube's not liking me too much tonight. Arthur says, I love PW and have no issue with parking. I love the size and challenge. Oh, the Power Wagon. No issues with it at all, but I'm looking in the future and the reliability. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm very happy that I was able to have a conversation with a Power Wagon owner. They're great trucks, man. There's something special. I mean, taking a 2500 truck and turning it into a beast like that. My father's obsessed with the Power Wagon. Anybody know what my father drives if you've been here a while? He traded in his 20, what do you have, a 2020 Tacoma TRD off-road, traded that in, and he got himself a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon in, I think they call their Sarge green. It's Army green in Tundra Talk. Keystone, what's up? Seventh son of a seventh son for me. All Iron Maiden is good, dude. It's one of those bands that you could throw it on and just go. So for Andrew and his whistling sound that he's dealing with in the window, just rock and roll, man. It's a good excuse to turn it up. Max says Mag Gray. Gotta love Mag Gray. Where are you going to be this Sunday, says Scott. I got a nice one. In fact, let me tell you this. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on something because you guys were nice enough to come to the live stream. There's 83 of you on here. You could be doing anything on a Friday night, but you're hanging out with me, and I appreciate you very much. I'm going to see, and I pray to God that it does not sell in the next 2 days. I am going to see 100% the rarest Tundra of 2024. I drove to Virginia to see the rarest Tundra of 2024. Think of that on steroids, and that's what I'm going to see this Sunday. I couldn't be more excited. I hope you'll watch. Sunday morning, we're going to do the live stream, and I'm very much going to try to not show you that truck and save it for the Monday video of the dealer walk because there's other great trucks there. But this will be worth the wait. And if it's not there, I'm going to be so mad because I waited all week for this one. This was an easy choice. I stress a lot over picking the dealerships I'm going to go to. I don't just want to go to a dealership. I want to go to a dealership and find something different for you guys to see. You know, I want to show you whether it be great prices, whether it be something we've never seen. I'm still seeing 2024 Tundras for the first time, and we're in March, almost April now. So I cannot wait. I've never been more excited to show you a Tundra than what I'm going to show you on Sunday. And I know you'll love it. It's not one of those things where that was a letdown. No. Just think of the video. And if you haven't seen the video, if you are new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, here are 2 videos to see right after we get done with this live stream. Go back 10 or so videos to January. It was definitely in January. It's called Finally. You'll see a picture of me with the truck blacked out, finally, right across it. Go see that. I drove 8 hours to find that Tundra, insanely rare. Now, that was something I was very excited to do. And that was a Tundra I really wanted to see and show you. I'm more pumped for what I'm going to show you on Sunday as long as it's still there. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You got to wait a couple more days. I can't wait. So make sure if you guys, again, if you're new, every Sunday morning from the lot, usually between 7 and 8 a.m., I do a live stream just showing you what's out there after I film my dealer walk video that goes up Monday. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to all notifications so you know when I go live. Because when I'm at the lot, if we're standing in front of the Tundras and you have questions about the Tundras, I'm happy to answer it, you know? But I can't wait to show you. Feel free to guess if you like. I don't think you will. Let's see. I don't know where okay, here we go. Jonathan says, looking for the TRD Pro Grill and have a 23 SR5. What happens with the front camera Tundra, dude? If you go to what I was talking about before at sparksparts.com, as soon as you go on there, you'll see 22 plus Tundra upgrades. You will see in there that you could get the TRD Pro Grill. It's just a little spot. If your SR5 does not have that front camera, it'll just be a little open spot with nothing. And if it does have the camera, you could just adjust it into that. So you're going to be okay. My SR5 has a camera. Not sure if yours does. Best Maiden album was Best of the Beast because Virus is on there. I love the fact that you guys are Maiden fans. I would have never have guessed. I love it. Fear of the Dark. Great album. I agree. Philip says it sucks that in America they can force a company to stop making one of the best V8 engines ever. I agree. I agree. I agree. Giovanni says the capstone comes with a better windshield and glass than 1794 and Platinum. Correct. Close, Giovanni. Ready for this? And here's the reason you guys sign up for this channel or subscribe for dumb little facts like this. On the 1794 and Platinum, it's an acoustic windshield. On the capstone, it's an acoustic windshield and side windows. There you go. I literally go on to the breakdown of every single, in the beginning of a model year, the breakdown to every single Tundra, and I read every single item about the Tundra. And somewhere as we go through the year, I start to memorize stuff. So I'm here to help. I do this for a living. Joe says, the Tragically Hip over Iron Maiden. Slow down. Jessica says, windshield pearl with cream interior. That's awesome. Now, I have never heard that combo on a 1794. Jessica, if you don't mind, send some pictures of the truck, exterior and interior, tundradude34@gmail.com. Also, I want to make this announcement because some people know, some people don't. If you want me to put a picture of you and your Tundra on the channel under the community post, you've seen I've put some owners on there recently. All you have to do is send me a picture, tundradude34@gmail.com, of you standing in front of your Tundra, and I will gladly put a picture up for everyone to see your pride and joy. No problem. It's a community, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy our Tundras. Let's let everybody enjoy all of our different Tundras. Bubba says, great song, Mark. It's on my Halloween playlist. It is a great song. And they did a live version of that song somewhere overseas. And it was back in like probably around 2005. It was insane. Insane. I'm sure if you search Fear of the Dark Live, it'll be the first one to pop up. Nightfall, I agree. My V8 is enough power for me. It's bad enough I have to work to get 17.5 mpg on the highway and 15 on the streets. Listen, if you love it, keep it. That's the best part about the 5.7 V8. It will last forever. Kevin says, finally getting a Diamondback switchback trifold tonneau cover for the Tundra after waiting 7 weeks. Very good choice. People love that. Camper, what's up, buddy? Peeking in, listening to a hockey game, home team on the road. Hey, man, I understand. I understand. Not a problem. Let's see. Ooh, one more sip. Okay, because it's the last sip. Everybody, again, if you have a drink, raise it. Raise your beverage for the military, emergency services, and over-the-road truckers of the United States and Canada. Thank you for what you do. Keeping us safe, bringing us all our goods. God bless all of you. All right, there we go. Let's see. It's funny, every time, this never happens. Every time I answer a comment, I go back and the comments are all out of order. Not even having anything to drink tonight. Let's see. If you really want to drown out that wind noise, throw in some Pantera and just crank it. I can't disagree with that one. Nightfall. Oh, yeah, Pantera. Better yet, Slayer. You're just getting crazy. Oh, Slayer. Andrew says, oh, I'm blasting music every time I drive, my man. Max says, can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait to show you. Esteban says, hi there from the bumper hooks. How can I get them? Head over to, I believe it's afepower.com. afepower.com for the tow hooks that I added to my 2023. I think they're worth it in case anything ever goes wrong. Need an Iron Maiden edition of the Tundra. See, that could happen because they have a 747, right? So it's all decked out with Eddie and Iron Maiden on it. Can't get enough of that. Beverly Boys, how you doing? My 24 Tundra Hybrid has the 3-inch factory lift. The gas mileage is horrible compared to my 14. Well, you do have a 3-inch factory lift. Did you upgrade the tires? Did you upgrade the tires? Or are you still rocking the stocks? Let me know. Somewhere in time. Phenol says, just bought a 2024 Nightshade Hybrid. Thanks for all the content along the way. Happy to help, sir. And I hope you enjoy it. I love Nightshade. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a big Nightshade guy, so feel you on that one. Gilmar says, hey, Mark, what will be your best truck built? What does that mean? Any news switching your vehicle for a different one? No news really at all. Don't get me wrong. I find one I like all the time. But, you know, all of the fun in the automotive market with the values over the last couple of years is gone. And, you know, I'm pretty much, I think I'm $7,000 to $8,000 under on this one. I just got it. It's almost a year old. So we'll wait this one out and then we'll see where we stand and go from there. But it won't be for another year and a half or so unless something goes crazy and a dealership wants to make an insane deal. Since you're talking music, the stereo in my limited Tundra kind of sucks, not very loud. And you have 2024. You don't like yours? Do you have the JBL? JBL it for me. Let me know. Some do, some don't. Giovanni says, I'm leaning towards a Tundra. It would only be right to buy one since I'm 2 hours away from where they make them. There you go. And there's going to be tons of great deals down there, I would think, right? Gotta be tons of great deals. Good evening, Mr. Tuning. How you doing? Jessica with the salute. I like it. Camper says, tow company we use says the least towed vehicles are Honda and Toyota. The most towed are Kia and GM. There you go. I would think so. Brent says, does the tonneau cover affect the canners? What do we mean by that? I have a tonneau cover on mine, and it doesn't affect anything. The Clutch Legend says, looking to pick up a new Tundra toward the end of the year. Do you predict prices to drop lower than they are now? Looking at a 2024 SR5 or 2023 used higher trim under 60K. Thoughts? I would listen. I'm not going to guarantee anything. It just looks like the prices are coming back to normal. The lots are very full. So I will say this: there could be a chance down in December that there's insane deals going on. But if you find a great deal sooner than later, I don't know if I would let it slide, because who knows what'll happen. What if the prices go back up and then you find yourself on the outside looking in? Nobody wants that. So, you know, what you want, you're looking at the 2024 SR5 or 2023 used higher trim under 60K. My 2023 SR5, which is the double cab, was 58,000 sticker. So if you're looking 2024 SR5 fully loaded, we'll say that's going to sticker around, let's see, probably 63, 64. So to get that under 60, I don't think that'll be that tough. Knock $5,000 off, shake my hand, we're done here. You might be able to score that, my friend. I would definitely go check it out. I would definitely go try to make it happen. If you want a 2024 SR5 fully loaded, 63, 64 grand, and then it doesn't take, it's not like you're going in there on a $64,000 truck and you're like, I need that for 40. That's not going to happen, but you're within the range of realistic thought. So you might want to check it out because you're not far away. You said canners, you meant cameras. It popped up, right? Cameras? Okay, does it affect the cameras? I have no effect on any camera, if you're wondering, with the tonneau cover. Mine is flat to the bed, so I got cameras on the tailgate and cameras above. No issue whatsoever. Obviously, when I go to look in the bed, I can't look in the bed, but I could see, make sure my tonneau cover isn't flying off. Here, blessings, gang, for everyone. Yes, Camper Mike has been driving a little Honda Fit with 262,000 miles, runs like a sewing machine, rock and roll. A good sewing machine with all those miles. TC says, will you be tailgating at the maiden show? If so, what's your favorite tailgating option on the Tundra? Here's what I do when I tailgate. I tailgate NASCAR. I don't know if I'll be tailgating the maiden show. It's in the Rock Prudential Center. There's not really excellent places to tailgate there. The parking's tight. But I don't know. We'll see. I always like to put the lawn chairs with the cooler right in the back of the Tundra. That's what I've done for pretty much all of my Tundras. So that's always the fun little tailgate and craziness. We bring subs a lot of the time. Scott says throw on some Five Finger Death Punch, who are going back on tour with Marilyn Manson this year, if I remember correctly. Anthony says, waiting on my dealership to get me the 1794 hybrid with the 3-inch lift and supersonic, right? And cream interior. Ooh, that's going to be a nice one. They're going to fulfill it. Invoice, cannot wait. That's awesome. Invoice, baby. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, tires are 34.5, Falcon, Wild Peak, all-terrain, no JBL. JBL is good in the new generation versus the old generation. I have the regular premium audio in SR5. I find no issues with it. It's 6 speakers, but it's in a little double cab, so it does the job just fine. But you could always upgrade your sound system. Don't forget about that. See, I'm with you on the limited. Sound blows. My 18 had the JBL, and it doesn't do it for me. My sister's JBL makes me sulk in the corner. So the JBL in the old generation, I was never a fan of. In the new generation, wasn't bad. In my Pro that I had, 2022. My 14 stereo is actually better and louder, says Beverly Boys. Okay. Camper Mike says, home team won the other weekend, 12-3, then lost an OT against the same team the next night. What is up with the other team? Get their regular goalie back. There you go. That's a big difference. Keystone, the JBL in my 2018 Limited, sucks too. It's the first vehicle I've owned that I haven't put a system in. That's going to change, though. Will you ever buy or always lease? Probably lease, just because of business reasons with the channel. It's a lot easier. But one thing with me in leasing, I don't treat it like a lease. I will still add things to the truck and whatever. And usually I don't even wait till the end of the lease. I sell it back or trade it in versus, turning in the keys at the end of a lease for something else. So the leasing just makes a lot more sense and is very easy at tax time. Because the whole YouTube thing, you're considered a 1099. You're like a, independent contractor. So rock and roll. Phenol says, I came from Bose sound system in an Infinity. The sound system in the Limited is more than enough for me. All right, rock and roll. I was going to say, I thought you were going to say the Bose was better, because I would think it is. There is I forget what I drove that time. Okay. When I tested, when I get the trucks for a week at a time, I tested, it was a Land Cruiser, 5.7 V8 Land Cruiser, the old ones. And it had the JBL synthesis system in it. And that was an amazing sound system. I don't know why they don't put that in the Tundras. Maui says, second gen Tundra prices are dropping nationwide. Rock and roll. Third gen too, buddy. Gilmer says, what will be your perfect build, for example? Platinum or 1794, 6-foot bed or short bed, TRD 4x4. Definitely want the TRD 4x4. I have no problem with 5.5-foot bed. For my needs, it works fine. 1794 Platinum is a tough go. That Platinum with the TRD off-road package is a unicorn, so don't make me make that decision right now, but I really love the 1794. Good question. Giovanni says, is the JBL system pretty good? My wife's Atlas, Crossport, Harman. Oh, yeah. Sound system sounds good. I don't know if it's going to sound as good as that. The JBL system is okay. I mean, there are what I like to call sound snobs out there who are very specific on how they want, their music played, and they might give you a different answer than me. For what I listen to and how I listen to it, I like the regular system in the SR5, and the JBL in the new gen is great. The JBL in the old gen leaves a lot to be desired. Do you think the 25 special color will be underground? I would love it to be underground. That would be an amazing color. But there's been a lot of grays and almost gray. They might do something nuts this year for color. It's going to be like a yellow or like a lime green or something crazy, which I would not be a huge fan of. Bubba says, I put the mountain hatch cover on my tailgate. It's one long cutting board, great for tailgating, barbecue, and fishing. I highly recommend. Nice. Jessica says they make a micro amount of the connects using a harness easily to the back of the head unit. JBL system comes to life. Worth the 240 micro amp. Oh, so okay. They make a micro amp that connects using a harness easily to the back of the head unit. JBL 240 system comes to life. Thank you, Jessica. Good one. Yeah, Keystone. I need to do something about that soon. I've been busy dropping money on camping gear. Rock and roll. What do you know about the Tacoma recalls? There's one recall, right? Is there a recall for Tacoma yet? I don't know anything about the Tacoma recalls. I'll have to look into it, I guess. I'm slowly becoming like the Diet Coke version of a Tacoma channel with all the stuff coming out. Gilmer said, all right, I answered that. Andrew says, buying a Tundra next weekend. The one I'm looking at will have been on the market for 58 days by then. I'm going to go in with an offer at 6K below MSRP. Here's hoping I get it. I think you might do pretty well at 58 days on the lot. Sounds like the refs in the game forgot their glasses once again, I bet. Good luck, Andrew. Yes, everyone's giving you the luck, sir. Call Me says, heads up to all. My home state, Minnesota, may not be where you want to be to purchase a Tundra. Price is still up there. Don't know why. Yeah, same thing in New Jersey. Some lots around here are still asking for the addendum sticker stuff, but really depends on where you look. Look all over Minnesota, though. Keystone says it's almost camping season, so that's where my money will be spent. Same for Southern Cali. Nightfall agrees with you, Call Me. Yeah, it just depends on where you are in the country. Bobby says, Mark, what do you think? What do you think we'll get our first look at the 25s? Usually end of summer. August, I would think. Yeah, Keystone, I picked up a fridge for Christmas. Joe McGee says rear axle. That's the recall. I'll have to look into that then. Giovanni says, is the air suspension available on the 1794 and Platinums? Yes. Not with TRD, though. And it's not standard. It's an add-on. The load leveling rear height suspension in AVS is what you're talking about. Let's see. Mr. Michael, how you doing, buddy? How's the Bruins treating you? Islanders will win 4 in a row and then lose the rest of the season. That's how I'm doing. 2021 Platinum turn into TRD Pro is the best build. Rock and roll. I did that for the 2017 Platinum. It was fun with the supercharger. Good times. Bobby says, sent your piece earlier today on the 2015 Inferno to my buddy in Lubbock today. He said it made his week. Hey, man, listen, there's nothing better than the Inferno. That's what started it all for the TRD Pro. Jay says, looking at limited iForce Max with 3-inch lift, how does 3-inch affect MPG? Well, someone earlier was just saying they bought one with a 3-inch lift and their fuel mileage wasn't so good, but they had an upgraded tire. I think they were reporting around 14 MPG. So you'll probably lose a little bit of fuel mileage there. And you have the iForce Max, which is tuned for power and torque, not for MPG, so you'll probably lose a little there too. It's going to look good, though, as long as you put a good tire on it. It's going to be, sexy, and you're going to be happy with the truck. But if you're not ready to have 14 MPG or potentially worse, you might want to forego that. But live it up, man. You only live once. Have a good time with it. My hope is fuel prices will be falling before we know it, right? All right, so I'm going to call it a live stream. We've been on for 80 minutes. That was a lot of fun. And thank you, everyone, for hitting the thumbs up button once again. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Hit the subscribe button. Join us. And don't forget, Sunday and Monday this week coming up are very important. We're going, hopefully, as long as it didn't sell, to see a Tundra that is the toughest Tundra to find for 2024. This is number one. This is bigger than the one we saw in Virginia. Oh, I can't wait to show you. Frankie just donated $5 to the channel. I appreciate you, buddy. You're the man. Thank you very much for that. Every little bit helps. I do this full time, and it's probably the reason we're not buying any awesome Tundras and we're stuck in SR5 land because we are on YouTube full time, right? But listen, I can't wait until you guys check out on Sunday. Please make sure you check out the live stream and then the video. Very exciting. If that truck isn't there, you're going to see me cry on camera because I really wanted to show it to you. But again, to end the night right, for everyone out there, a cheers. I don't have anything in here, but still a cheers to the military, law enforcement, emergency services, over the road truckers. Thank you so much for all you do, keeping us safe. You're all heroes, and you're all the reason we're allowed to do fun stuff like Tundra Dude 34. Guys, God bless you all. God bless America, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for spending your Friday night with me. Bobby just unloaded $10 on the channel. Looks like we're getting donations at the very end here, and I'm getting all these comments. I'm going to try to read all these comments before I go here. Hold on. Hold on. We gave our salute to the troops, but let me go back if everybody's asking something here. Frankie said, love my Voodoo Blue 2019 Pro Tundra. Nice choice. Also love the new Gen TRD Pro. Everyone is telling me to keep mine. I don't know what to do. What would you do? I like that Voodoo Blue, man. I don't know. That's a tough choice, sir. But the new one is very nice. If you have the money, why not, right? What would you get? Terra? I love Terra. Gilmore says, I have a 2020 SR5. I love the 5.7, but when I'm upgrading, I'm going to have to go out to California to buy another Tundra. I hear you on that one, buddy. I hear you big time. USA says, what's up? Great channel. Thank you for your content, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. USA, all the way. Thumbs up from Andrew. I like it. Grind King, how you doing? Nightfall, laughing at Bubba. Scott with the thumbs up. Nightfall says, blessings, gang. Have a great night. Mark, you rock, brother. Catch you next time. Thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate you. Red Rooster with the salute to America. Take care from Bubba. Once again, Bobby, thank you for the $10 donation. Very nice of you. Andrew says, I'm getting 12 to 15 MPG with a 3-inch lift on 34s. Joe says you should consider selling trucks for a dealer part-time, in my honest opinion. Nah, I don't want to do that. You know why I don't want to do that? I like that question, and there's still 66 of you on here. So you're going to hear the reason why I will never be a salesman, okay? I love the Toyota Tundra. There's a reason I made this channel 8 years ago. There's a reason I'm passionate about the truck. It's something I love to do. But you know what I love more? The freedom to say exactly how I feel. If I started to sell for the company, then I wouldn't be able to tell you potentially some of the things I don't like about the truck. I'd much rather do this. You know, this is paying the bills just fine. That's why I left my job after 21 years to do this full time. I'm doing fine. But as far as selling Tundras, this is where I want to be. I want to be able to go and look at these trucks, talk to you guys about these trucks, and give you the hard facts on what I like and dislike. So that's where I'm at. And that's the reason I don't sell them. Could I sell them? Probably. There's been a few dealerships that have literally offered me a job. No joke. But again, I love to do this. I love to talk with you guys, Tundra. And I don't want anyone telling me what to say. So that's kind of the way we're rocking with that. But I thank you very much for that. You said it for a reason, and it means a lot to me. Nightfall, cheers, Keystone, thumbs up to America. BC, thank you for the $5 donation. You guys are too kind at the very end here. Very nice. I appreciate you very much. It will all go to good stuff like food. Red Rooster says, just going to say this, Oregon has no sales tax. That's rock and roll. But don't forget, if you buy out of state, you have to pay your state's sales tax. So if I go and buy in Oregon with no sales tax, I still have to pay 7%. You don't pay, at least for the New Jersey stuff, you don't pay where you're buying, you pay where you're living. So please keep that in mind. Sick'em Bears on Iowa State tonight, Bobby B says. Giovanni says, you would make a killing if you did sell Tundras. Probably, but there's more to life than money. You know, we're just having a good time, right? That's the way I look at it. Where did you work for 21 years? I was a manager of a team that unloaded trucks. That's what I did for 21 years, and I loved every second of it. But you know what? This is where I really wanted to focus my attention. I've done this now for 8 years in May. So every good thing has to come to an end. Is that what they say? But it was a lot of fun doing that. And, you know, I had a great crew under me. We had a lot of fun, great time. It was hard work, but I'm all about that hard work. I like that hands-on stuff. So it was fun. I was a manager, but the hands-on is I helped the boys. It wasn't just me standing there telling them what to do. I've never been that type of manager. So that's what I did for 21 years. Let's see. Gilmore says, blessings, Mark, best channel. I appreciate you. Red Rooster says, you're welcome to move here. Rock and roll. Jessica says, stay strong. Your following will grow. I'm rock and roll, man. I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm a truck driver at XPO Freight. There you go. And that's who we're saluting. You, my friend. All right, everyone. For real now. Let's be safe. Let's have a good night. One more time, because we took a lot more time there. I'm giving that cheers again, because there's never too many cheers for the military and emergency services and the law enforcement of the United States and Canada. And we can never, ever, ever forget the over-the-road truckers. Without the 18-wheelers out there, you're not getting the stuff you need every single day. Okay? And those jobs are tough. That is a tough life, tough on the family, over the road, gone for weeks at a time. Massive cheers to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. Don't forget about Sunday and Monday, the dealership walk. I think you guys will be very happy. Be safe.